Alright friends, welcome back to match 3. This time we are going to be seeing Team Peter, which is Cobalt, Natalie, and Morgan, versus Team
Choose
Jesus
your
on
agent.
Wheels, which is going to be Krises, Josh, and Jacob. Currently waiting on Jacob to pick a character. Is he just not going to do it?
Pay Brimstone. He paid Brimstone.
Okay. I can't see any of the agents selected at the moment.
Yeah, my agents are still behind.
Anyway, right off the bat, we're going to see Cobalt playing Sky, Natalie on Killjoy, and Morgan on Jet for Peter. Krises on Sage, Josh on Reyna, and Kaui Jacob on Brimstone. I'm really excited to see how this matchup's going to go. I did not think we'd be seeing a Haven pick.
Honestly, I don't think Haven's as bad as people think.
Thinking a
Like
3v3.
I don't think
It'll be
it's bad
definitely
as-
interesting. I'm very curious as to how all the teams are going to set up their defenses. Looks like we're going to be seeing a C push right off the bat from Team Jesus on Wheels. They're all kind of having a time down. Long.
Morgan has already taken fall damage as Jet.
Oh boy. Right off the bat, we're going to be seeing Natalie alone defending C site. As Killjoy, though, she does have her turret to alert her.
The turret got mugged.
She does see a few of them there. Looks like we're going to be seeing the quick rotates from Cobalt and Morgan. Morgan's going to be going around for the flank. Cobalt peeks his way into garage, sees the wall, and backs up. Kaui finds a nice little corner to plant in outside of
Spike planted.
the swarm grenade from Nat. Cobalt gets a nice blind off
Last player
on
standing.
Krises. It's just Morgan versus both Josh and Kaui at the moment. Morgan's trying to break through this wall. Gets mollied off by Kaui. Is forced to retreat just a little bit. But Josh gets the pick on her anyway. Just like that, Jesus on Wheels has won their first round of the tournament and of the match. I definitely think this is going to be way more attacker-sided, this matchup.
I mean, they can just go all over the place.
You see the team kind of hovering around an A lobby, but Krises with the spike is going to be pushing alone through mid. Makes a noise as he drops. It's going to be entry fragging his Sage with the spike. Does a large chunk of damage to Krises' health, Cobalt, just then.
Spike
Crises
planted.
was in a crisis, man.
Kaui gets the pick on
Last
Natalie.
player
Cobalt
standing.
kills off Krises. So once again, Kaui and Josh versus one other from Team Peter. Cobalt's playing some sort of game here with them. Blinds both of the other team, but Josh, only partially blind, goes ahead and gets the pick on Cobalt. This is looking to
just
be
some
a
real
tough
fresh
matchup.
gameplay.
Oh boy.
I mean, listen, some slicing, some dicing, some dashing, some flashing. This game's got it all.
This is looking to be a real tough matchup for Peter over here.
Keep up.
But we're only 2 rounds in. We'll see how this plays out. We're going to see Morgan peek down long with a Judge. Quickly sees 2 of them and backs up. Be waiting for her teammates. Finds herself in a nice updrafted position. Kind of gives it away with her smoke.
See her.
Takes a little bit of damage from Josh. A lot of damage, actually.
You have Sky for heals, though.
Nat still stays watching C long. Jesus on Wheels has done a really weird split up. See one peeking down short at the moment. Krises gets the pick on Morgan. Josh quickly pushes in off of the pick, and Kaui finds his way down long.
Last player
Taken
standing.
sight. Josh gets the pick on Cobalt, and it's just left to Nat to rotate now.
Huge kill from
Spike
Josh. Able to pick
planted.
up a Phantom off that too.
Cobalt's making his way into heaven. Or not Cobalt, Natalie. Gets the pick on Krises, but Josh quickly refrags. And that is the round. Wish I could see all the combat reports. I'd love to know how much damage Morgan did with the judge.
It looked like not much. I mean, that was just a rough and tumble strategy there.
She takes down long again with the judge. I don't think she's going to find anybody this time around. It looks like they're going to be pushing into mid again. Well, they'll be met with Cobalt sending out a dog. Finds at least two of them, knows that they're there. Goes for the blind, gets the blind off on Krises. But the other two have already retreated. Looks like they're going to be shifting their movement into a push from C long, where Nat's turret is going to spot them. People just keep getting their locations revealed left and right. Morgan gets called out trying to go for the flank. Looks like they're going to try and reevaluate their strategy. Maybe push into garage. Krises gets called out by the boom bot, or the alarm bot, as he tries to push into garage. Once again shifted their strategy and are going to be walking into A this time around.
We're gonna hear them.
Natalie and Cobalt are quickly making their way over with Morgan on the flank. They think that they've taken sight for absolutely free, but Josh ends up
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
totally blind.
Spike planted.
Pickup catches Morgan on the flank as well.
Cobalt gets the real nice pick on Josh. It was huge. But Krises refrags. And that is another round in the bag for Jesus on Wheels. We haven't seen much of a change-up in terms of defense from Peter over here.
Turret out.
I mean, this is just wild, man.
Yes, it is, vlog. We see an insta-ult right off the bat from Cobalt, who finds all three of the enemy team just waiting for a mid, gets a quick blind off, but the other two have already retreated into window. Kaui is going to be trying to push
Decide
into...
not to shoot the ult.
I think it's just waiting for somebody to push her through a lobby. We may see Kaui go for it. No, he backs off, leaving Morgan with nobody there.
Too bad into garage, but Cobalt's there.
Cobalt
Gets
gets
the first kill.
the great pick on Josh. Kaui's gonna try and go in for the flank from garage. Not garage, B.
You will not
Garage is
kill
coming
my
in.
allies.
Kaui just sits there waiting for Morgan. Gets the pick. Peter is not looking like they're in a great position at the
planted.
moment. One of them very, very damaged. Now it's going to try and come in from window. See if she can get a nice pick there.
Last player standing.
Krises with a nasty kill on Cobalt, but Natalie gets the kill.
Placing sentry.
That res from Krises is looking like it's coming in very clutch at the moment. This becomes a very difficult situation for Natalie to win on her own.
Ace.
Josh with the DM.
One enemy remaining.
They both end up dying.
That is
Shocking.
the first time Jacob has been hospitalized in this game. Which I think just, speaks to this
Technically,
Wheels team seems to have all their wheels in line. And Jesus. They're a triple threat.
Blocking sight.
Krises murders the turret in cold blood. Ooh, Kaui with a nice pick on Morgan. Josh's bullets just carve a line around Cobalt. He's just waiting in garage. Looks like they're going to be pushing straight into A. Natalie is already making her way over. The plant's going down. Cobalt's finally pushing out of garage.
Spike planted.
Krises with a nice wall to secure the plant for himself. About to see some sort of engagement between Kaui and Cobalt down long. Cobalt instead sneaks into shore where he's going to run into Josh, waiting up at the top for him. Natalie with a nice headshot on Josh. The wall's about to come down.
Player standing.
Cobalt gets a
enemy
great pick
remaining.
on Krises. Gonna take the gun and run instead of going through the defuse.
smart play from Cobalt.
That's a big play for Cobalt and Peter. I think if they can activate their Griffin hidden ability and just become Peter Griffin, they can really take control of this match.
Oh, I just realized that whenever you knife a wall with the Oni Claw, it does like 2 scratch marks.
Did you just watch Cobalt do it or something?
Yeah.
I wasn't watching that close, so that's interesting.
Oh, we're finally getting a little bit of switch up from Peter over here, with Natalie taking A site, Morgan mid, and Cobalt taking C. We're also seeing a really weird split push from Jesus on Wheels, with Kaui pushing into A, Krises pushing into mid from window, and Josh pushing into mid from garage. Morgan gets a wonderful pick on Josh, gets the headshot on him. Now it looks like Krises is going to run over to Kaui to go join him. Natalie has not yet left her position, so her turret is still active. We'll be watching for that push the minute that they all decide to push into sight from long. Unfortunately, there's nothing her turret can do against the wall.
Spike planted.
Natalie gets a few bullets off on Krises through the crack in the wall. The Krises is just waiting for her now. She pushes in through the slow orb, gets the pick on Krises.
Prepare for hell.
Kaui plays for ult. Natalie's almost caught off by it. Now Kaui's desperately trying to make his way in from long, but Morgan's gonna go for the defuse instead. That doesn't get the pick, but Cobalt does, and that is the first win on the board from Peter.
The Molly just missed the bomb.
Would have been huge from Kaui.
Listen, the switcher only paid off there for Peter. Do we call them retep now?
That was an awful joke.
Thank you. 6-1, this half can really go anywhere.
Alright, looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit of a mid push again from Jesus on Wheels. Going in from a door. Krises and Josh pushing into garage. Kaui following right after. So they're gonna be going into C from garage. Cobalt's playing right around the corner. Gets the pick on Josh, but Krises gets the quick
You will
refrag.
not kill my
Goes for
ally.
the res. We're about to see some sort of interaction
Spike
between
planted.
Kaui and Morgan in garage, I believe.
The timing.
My gosh,
Initiate.
Natalie gets the pick on Kaui. Morgan
Last player
left
standing.
quite safe. Nat goes for the ult, but gets killed, and Josh gets the pick on Morgan. That is another round secured in the bag for Jesus on Wheels.
The Sage this game has been extremely valuable. Another res, another win.
She's been absolutely on top of it.
And Josh just hasn't known death. I mean, every time he dies, it's as if he's ripped from the Shadow Realm.
We see another insta ult from Cobalt. Something I've noticed about this game is that all of the ults, whenever they're acquired, they're usually used pretty quickly. Morgan gets a few nice bullets off on Krises, but Josh gets the pick. Krises backs up to heal.
Cobalt just freaking whacked Kaui. I mean, that was
It was brutal.
just boom, boom, right there. I mean,
Spike planted.
Josh is
the
waiting
face.
around the corner.
Last
Oh, the
player
timing.
standing.
Oh no!
One enemy remaining.
That's gonna be waiting for Josh.
Oh.
Josh gets that
Swings it
headshot as she
again.
goes down to defuse.
Oh, more BM.
BM.
Of course, may have to ban Josh for BM.
I mean, that was just... Cobalt is trying here with the judge, and honestly, if he can just get one more pick with... I mean, if he just keeps consistently getting judge picks, this could be a really... This could, you know, turn it around.
We're gonna see the two-person pushdown long as Krises and Kaui peek. Krises grabs the ult orb. Once again, ready for the res. Getting ready for it. Nat's being pulled in garage. She's forced to back up as she gets walled off.
Spike planted.
Once again, Jesus on Wheels gets a quick plant down. Nat tries blind firing into the smoke just in case. Kaui gets a great pick on
Last
Morgan.
player standing.
Nat peeks around the corner, gets headshot by Josh. Cobalt gets the pick. Looks like he won't be having much time, but it's not going to matter anyway because Kaui gets the refrag.
I mean, that was a tough push for Cobalt. If you've ever tried to hit the door against the wall, and then the door stopper is there, I feel like that's a similar thing that happened with Cobalt there. He was the door trying to hit the wall, and the door stopper was just too strong.
I'm very confused by this
I'm
analogy, but I'm
confused.
going to go ahead and say I agree.
This analogy.
It was, I mean... It was like a brick trying to hit a brick.
Alright, we're gonna
One
see a
brick.
three-person rush down A long this time around. Cobalt's defending on his own. He's gonna go ahead and get the blind on all three of them. It's not gonna matter. Krises puts up a wall. Cobalt tries to find his way around the
Oh, what a
corner, but
read.
Josh was ready for it.
Yeah, the adaption from last time. You can really see it.
We see the big backup from Josh and Krises. Nat doesn't
Playing
know she has
for
the
the ult?
spike for free. She puts a molly down on it herself.
The question is, do they realize Brim has an ult?
Last player standing.
It's not even gonna matter. Krises
It
gets the
does
pick
not
on
matter
both
in the
Natalie and Morgan.
Well, this half has been
Last
very
round before
evident
the
of
switch.
the attacker side advantage on Haven.
Especially on a 3v3.
Yeah. This is brutal. Team Peter not looking too hot. R.I.P.
I
my
think they'll bring
bracket.
it back at least a little bit on attack. As you said before, this is a very
Yeah.
attacker-sided map.
The real question is, how is their mental holding up?
The hunt begins.
We're gonna see the op come out from Krises as he peeks down a long. He's gonna. Oh, no, he's not retreating. He grabs the Phantom after not seeing anybody. Sight is absolutely free for Jesus on Wheels over here. CT gets walled off.
Spike planted.
Heaven is smoke. This is not looking great for Jesus on Wheels. Or Peter, I mean. Morgan dashes onto site, gets shot from 2 different locations. Cobalt gets a nice pick on Krises with the judge. Goes for the ult. Discovers one in short, one in long. Nat peeks
One
around the
enemy
corner, gets the
remaining.
pick
Oh,
on
that's
Josh. It's now
huge.
just left for
They know the last one
Kaui.
is long.
Kaui's got his ult, but Cobalt gets it
Player
halved.
standing.
Left with almost no health.
I'm hoping for a big Cobalt womp in here. Oh, the Molly
Molly.
missed!
Thrifty.
Oh.
What a clutch.
Cobalt gets an insane clutch.
Switching sides.
I'm very, very intrigued to see how this half is gonna go. I would love to see Peter pull this one back on attack.
Gosh, putting the good half in chat after teabagging for 5 rounds.
Yes. How polite.
He just wanted to make sure he heard word that he was gonna get banned soon.
Yeah, he's got to present a good public image.
Oh wow, and it seems like Peter has stacked C and guessed correctly. Leaving A completely free.
Playing full A retake.
Interesting.
Cobalt gets the blind off on Josh. Josh is left a little bit lost. Cobalt gets the pick. Krises and Kaui left to retake, both in CT at the moment. Neither of them wanting to make the first move. Morgan smokes off both of them.
One enemy remaining.
Cobalt gets the blind off on both Krises and Kaui, gets the pick on Kaui. Unable to get the pick on Krises. It's left to Morgan and Natalie now.
Last player standing.
Krises gets the pick on Morgan. Walls off Natalie, but Natalie has the swarms ready to go. She peeks around the corner and gets the pick.
Natalie with the clutch.
Huge round for Peter.
Off to a steady start.
I mean, this is what you need as a team going on to attack from defense. You really just need to let the airplane soar.
Exactly, vlog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Peter really needed that pistol round. Now if they can bonus here, and then if they like force buy here and then bonus the next round. I mean,
I'm just looking forward to a Cobalt Wampin here. I mean, he's got the judge again. Give me some Wampin.
I'd love to see this from Josh's perspective at the moment. He knows all 3 of them are pushing down long. Gets the pick on Natalie with a
Spike
wonderful
down.
headshot with the classic.
One enemy remaining.
Krises gets the pick on Cobalt. It's just left to Morgan. Morgan gets the pick on Krises, but it's not going to matter because Josh comes in with another classic pick.
Get a Spectre off that as well.
Detrimental loss for Peter. We're going to see Cobalt pull out the Stinger this round, not on the Sheriff. Interesting buy from Peter over here. Jesus on Wheels is going to go ahead
Find the
and
weak
full
point
buy.
and break it.
Looks like they're going to be 2 stacking A this time around. Josh and Krises both holding it. Cobalt's about to have a run-in with Krises. Does a major amount of damage. Krises left with almost no damage. He gets the pick with the classic right click.
Oh no.
Last player standing.
Cobalt almost gets the pick on Josh, but Josh goes ahead and heals. It's just left to Nat now.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
the pick on Josh.
Coming back.
Her only obstacle between her and winning this round now is Kaui, who is still left on A site. Looks like he's going to be able to get the plant down as Kaui makes his way out of A.
Placing alarm bot.
Turret has spotted Kaui in garage.
Volley.
So has the alarm bot. Kaui removes one of the swarm grenades. And gets the blind headshot off on Natalie through the smoke.
And it was reading the bullet spray.
No way.
Oh, the man
What
with
a
the
fun.
mustache
Match point.
pulled it off.
Peter's
They
just
did?
barely hanging on. They've got to go on an absolute comeback spree now. Looks like this time around, the only person
I've
June's
got your
Wheels is going to run into when they're pushing into C is going to be Krises. And unfortunately for Krises, the ult is just going to break down the wall. Krises gets blinded and then hit by the ult. This is looking to be an absolute time for poor Krises, but Kaui makes his way onto site. It's now a 2v3 as they attempt to push on. Natalie's trying to entry frag with the spike, gets the pick on Krises,
You should run.
places down
Last
her
player
ult.
standing.
Kaui with the
Spike
big
down.
picks. It is just left to Morgan to salvage this game for her team. She retreats down into long. Unbeknownst to her, Josh is on the flank. She goes.
Going for the knife. Going for it.
Josh once again blinds her.
One enemy remaining.
Gets the headshot!
It's the leg.
Morgan has almost no health.
Blocking sight.
5 health left to her name. She's got to get the spike somehow.
30 seconds left.
Goes for the updraft to nowhere. Grabs the ult orb.
Blocking
Gonna
sight.
grab her ult. She's gotta take this 1v1 somehow. But Kaui gets the pick, and that's a
Defenders
3k
win.
from Kaui to end the match. Jesus on Wheels takes match 3 home against Peter.
A dominating performance.